Hi, good morning from London, England to wherever you're watching on the planet Earth. Whether you're in Australia, Turkey, whether you're in Bosnia, Herzegovina, shout out to Bosnia, Herzegovina. If you're in Macedonia or North Macedonia, shout out to you Macedonians. Shout out to Serbia, shout out to Trinidad and Tobago, shout out to the Netherlands, shout out to Jamaica, shout out to Nigeria, shout out to Grenada, massive shout out to Grenada for the first time, shout out to Germany, shout out to France, shout out to Belgium, shout out to Uruguay, shout out to Argentina, shout out to Morocco, shout out to Mauritius, shout out to Poland, shout out to Algeria, shout out to the Democratic Republic of Congo, shout out to the Republic of Ireland, shout out to Kuwait, shout out to Dubai, shout out to Peru, shout out to Colombia, and shout out to Lithuania. It don't matter where you're watching, yeah, I'm shouting you all out, yeah, to the ladies, gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls. Don't matter what culture, race, religion, beliefs, etc. You're all more than welcome to watch my channel. That's myself and I only, DLG Reppin. If you enjoy the content, share. Please smash the thumbs up, like button. Leave your reviews, your opinions and your thoughts in my comment section below. And please make sure you subscribe to DLG Reppin. That's myself and I only. DLG stands for Delhi, London, Guna. Reppin spelt Romeo, Echo, Papa, Papa, Indigo, November. Right, this is the preview of our Premier League game versus Man City. Yes, Arsenal v Man City. I'm going to be giving you the starting 11 that I would go with, the formation I would go with, which is the 4-2-3-1, and I'm going to be giving you my 9 substitutions on merit. All done on merit. Excuse me. There we go. Right. Starting off in goal in a 4-2-3-1, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Well, I would love to believe that he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, but I believe he's one of the best in Europe. Bernd Leno. Yes, he's one of the best goalkeepers in Europe right now. Consistently, well, he's absolutely good on he's confidently consistent with the ball at his feet. He had one little ricket that he got away with because it spilled past the near post and he smothered it to himself. He smothered it in his grasp. He smothered it in his grasp to prevent us, prevent Arsenal conceding the corner. So Bernd Leno's in goal. He's been an absolutely outstanding performer and a goalkeeper for Arsenal. And I'll continue with Bernd Leno in goal. The back four. My back four is going to be, I'll tell you what, I'm going with Cedric Soares at right back. For me, he gives us the ultimate balance there. He gives us more balance and depth than what Bellerin does. From a defensive point of view, he's not just switched on, but he's always aware. And he's always as solid defensively as he's been. I mean, not only has he won the European Championship with his nation, Portugal, but he's been consistent in this Premier League for some years, some recent years now, and I've got the belief that he will do a job tomorrow in that position. Right, my centre-half pairing. Yeah. I know Magalhaes is going to be in there. I want to give him a suitable partner. If William Saliba was at the club, it'd be an easy one, but he's not. I'm not going to go with David Luiz. I can't trust Luiz in the back four. So I'm going to give that job to I'm going to go with Rob Holding. He comes into the team. He was showing his consistent side of his consistent side of him in the terms of his form. He's been solid as they come, and for me, he's not the most consistent, but when he is on his game, he is as solid as they come, and very not that well. He's all right on the ball. I wouldn't say he's the best, but he does one thing: he defends first, and that's what we need. So Rob Holding starts this game for me. Alongside him, Gabriel Magalhaes, by far Arsenal's best centre half at the club, and he's only going to get better. He was superbly immense and solid against Benfica the other night. Never lost one header, and that's what impresses me the most. And what else impresses me the most is he's more vocal than what I've seen in recent months, and he was having an argument with Cedric Suarez, and it was good to see how vocal he was, and that tells me he's a potential in the long term, he could be a potential captain for Arsenal Football Club. So Cedric Suarez for me starts. Cedric Suarez at right back. Gabriel Magalhaes is definitely a start. He's the first name on the team sheet out of all the centre halves. My left back, Kieran Tierney. Need I say any more about him? How defensively solid he can be. Offensively, well, definitely one of the best in the Premier League at the moment. Going forward as a left back, he starts this game. Right, the two in front of the four. Now this is where I will switch it up a little bit and bring in a bit of muscle and artillery. David Luiz for me. I mean, he can play in the back three, superb. But if you put him in front of the two centre halves, he's likely to be magnificent. And he can perform magnificent. And he's done it against these opponents before, and he can do it again. David Luiz, for me, he deserves a opportunity in a central defensive midfield role. Solid as they come, and he never seems to he never seems to let me down in terms of his passing range. I do like the fact that he does have a go, but there's times where he overdoes it. You know, aimless passes, always looking for the glory ball, and it's like, just keep it basic first, then, you know, you can go for your glory passing. But for me, David Luiz starts as a CDM. Alongside him, I'm going to go with Ceballos. Because for the simple fact is, because David Luiz is mobile, more mobile than Granit Xhaka, I want someone who's going to, you know, be able to sniff out danger and go and sort out situations. And David Luiz has got that mobility in terms of his tackling as well. And he can play, in terms of his tackling, in terms of his composure on the ball and his mobility, David Luiz will play alongside Ceballos. Ceballos will have that partner. With Ceballos, when he's got space and when he's on his game, he is technically as good as anyone in our squad, in the team. And there is a very good technical player in him. It's just getting it out of him consistently. And there's been times where I feel some of the Arsenal fans have been really harsh on him. And I mean really harsh, and that's uncalled for, you know. Yeah, if we can, it would help if we can get behind him, but he's got to help himself, and he's done no harm. That game against Benfica, he done himself a world of good, and I think he deserves to start alongside David Luiz in the two sitting pivot in front of the four. Now the three that will do the attacking in front of the two, well, on the right, Bukayo Saka. Yes, pass the Saka on the right hand side. Pass the Saka on the right hand side. Him on the right hand side. Yes, that guy. He's our class player. He is a top young class player. Still only 19, and he is already a club class player. maybe one of the most exciting players to watch in Europe right now. And for me, alongside Foden, them two are the best young players in the Premier League. I'll tell you, he is a candidate for PFA Player of the Year, if not the favourite. But Bukayo Saka, he will start alongside. He will start in that on the right hand side of the attack. For me, he didn't have the greatest of games, or he didn't have the best of games against Benfica, although he weren't that effective. But one thing with Bukayo Saka, he never stopped trying, and that's what I like about him. He doesn't give up, and he's very strong on the ball. He starts on the right-hand side of the attack, the attacking three. On the left-hand side of the attacking three, I've got a dilemma here. Because he played on Thursday, excuse me. Because he played on Thursday, on that side, I'm going to give him a rest, and I'm going to start with Gabriel Martinelli against the opponents he got injured against in the Capital One game that we were destroyed 4-1. He will start on the left-hand side for me. And I think he will have no problems taking on the fullbacks, whether it's Cole Walker, Consejo, it don't matter who it is, he's going to start that game. In the middle, Martin Odegaard. Yes, Martin Odegaard, he has been fantastic, and he's the guy that gets into pocket of spaces and demands the ball. That's what I like about him the most. He is vocally demanding that ball, and he is showing me that he wants to control the game the way he likes it, and he wants to run the game the way he loves to run the game. And for me, the guy's confidence levels are sky high at right now, and you can see why Real Madrid signed him at 15. The things that I was seeing him do on the ball, you know, superb. He's completely superb, and I'll tell you what, in that Benfica game, he's played one delicious through ball to Bukayo Saka, and he made sure Saka got onto it. And we're going to need someone like him in the team. So he starts in the middle. And up top by himself, Aubameyang. Because he's a runner, he can launch onto those through balls. And for me, he might not have scored in the Europa League, but he is back in the Premier League. And I think he will go into this fixture with a huge confidence booster. He scored 3 goals in the last game v Leeds, and Man City's defence is going to be a test. The defence is the best in the Premier League, and for me, for us to breach that defence, we've got to be equally disciplined and stubborn, as well as organised at the back. So we're going to have a go at Man City and try and match them, and see if let's say we can hit them on the counter attack. And I think the three that I've picked to play along on behind Aubameyang, I think them three can have a huge impact in the game. So yeah, Aubameyang up top by himself, and the 3 behind him can give him an outlay, and supply him the balls for him to do the damages. So Aubameyang up top for me. Right, the substitution bench. Now that I've finished with the starting 11, now I'll move on to the substitutions, and 9 of them. In goal, Matt Ryan. No problem with that. He's just unlucky to miss out to Bird Leno. You know, but I do like the idea of Matt Ryan becoming our first choice goalkeeper. He's Premier League experience, more experience than Bird Leno. He's been playing for Brighton for at least 4 years, maybe if not 5 or 6 years for me. And he's been superb for Brighton, and I can see why we signed him out on loan and trying to get him on a permanent deal. Matt Ryan in goal. Callum Chambers will make my bench. For the simple fact is, I'm still in belief that he's on the fringes of getting back into the first team, and he's a good defender. But with Man City, you need a little bit of height. well, you need some height, and I've gone with Rob Holding and I've gone with Rob Holding and McGalis. Don't get me wrong, I would have gone with Chambers, but I've decided to go with Holding for some reason. Substitute number 3, Hector Bellerin. Now, he had a decent game against Benfica, but overall, he has not been consistent. You know, there's been games where you can pick the good games in places, but when you look at Bellerin, when you look at the number and the amount of games that Bellerin has played this season, he has been mainly inconsistent. You know, in his performances as well, combined. So for me, he stays on the bench. Substitute number 4. Substitute number 4. This is a tough one, yeah. Pablo Mari. How can I forget about Pablo Mari? Now, he's a defender that I would keep at the club in case I go with Saliba and Magalhaes next season. Definitely can come in and do a job. And right now, I will put him in the third order in terms of in third place in terms of the pecking order. He will come into the team and do a job. Great reader of the game and very sublime, especially on the ball. Very confident and calm on the ball, and that's what I like about Pablo Mari. Yeah, he's substitute number. Hang on, I've picked. Who's I picked? Matt Ryan. Yeah, he's substitute number 4 because I picked Matt Ryan. I've picked Chambers, Bellerin, and Pablo Mari. Substitute number 5. Granit Xhaka. For the simple fact is, I don't think he's. I think his lack of mobility does not convince me to start him for this game, and for the simple fact is, he was below average. I thought he was average against Benfica. Played 2 really stupid balls that could have cost us, but it didn't come to fruition, and thank goodness for that. But for me, I would have him on the bench. Some would have started him in their team. If you've got an opinion, your thoughts, leave it in the comment section below with the players that I've picked and the substitution. If you've got an opinion, yeah, if you want to say something, if you want to tell me who you would pick for your starting 11, leave it in the comment section below. But that's Granit Xhaka on the bench. Substitute number 6. Emile Smith-Rowe. Now, he's a guy that needs to rest his legs. He's been on splendid form. His performance has been terrific. However, I would like to protect him in terms of forcing him to play as many games as possible. So, Emile Smith-Rowe, he's on my bench. Substitute number 7, Mohamed El-Neni. For the simple fact is, he's he's probably, maybe, just maybe, he's the fittest Arsenal midfielder that we've got at the club. I don't know about the fittest Arsenal footballer, but one thing about him, he gets around the pitch and he does put in a shift off the ball. On the ball, he's just as basic as they come, sidewards and backwards. That's Mohamed El-Neni for you. And he may play the odd dangerous forward pass, but you won't see that too many times with Mohamed El-Neni. So for me, he starts on my bench. He's definitely on the bench. Substitute number... No. I'm going to have to change that. I'm going to leave out... Oh, who can I leave out here? You know what? I'm going to leave out Bellerin. Yeah, I'm going to leave out Bellerin and have Nicola Pepe. Well, I'm going to... Hang on. Substitute number 1, Matt Ryan. 2, Chambers. 3, Marie. 4... 5, 4 Granit Xhaka, 5 Mohamed El-Neni, 6 Emile Smith-Rowe. Substitute number 7, I'm going to change that, Nicolas Pepe. Now, some would argue that he should start ahead of Martinelli on the left-hand side, but for me, Martinelli is the future, and he deserves some game time. Some would argue Pepe should start, but for me, Pepe defensively, especially the way Man City attack on the wings, you need to get onto Mahrez, and Mahrez is a guy who's going to go and take his opportunity and have a go at our left back Tierney, and Pepe will not be around as much to help out, so not for me. So Pepe will start on the bench, someone who can come on. Substitute number 8, Alexander Lacazette. Now, some would say he's unlucky not to start the game. I beg to differ. Well, for the simple fact is that since we've decided to play 2 wingers who are quick, and Martin Odegaard, who's quick with his feet and plays the through ball, where he's more adapted to the number 10 than Emile Smith-Rowe, and Aubameyang's a runner and he likes the through balls. And for me, since Aubameyang's gotten back into the first team, I think it's hard for Lacazette to, push maybe it's harsh for him to be on the bench, but for me, I'm only picking Lacazette on the bench because it's a tactical plan, and Lacazette doesn't fit that tactical plan. So for me, he's unlucky, but he's on the bench. Substitute number 9, Folarin Balogun. Yes, Folarin Balogun instead of and ahead of Eddie Nketiah. Nothing against Eddie Nketiah. I think he's a nice guy, very humble and professional. But for me, when you want to pick a bench, it's got to be based on the tactical plan, and I think Folarin Balogun fits that. That's the reason why I'll keep him on the bench. Now that's the end of my substitution bench and my 11, and my formation is a 4-2-3-1. If you've got a formation of your own, your 9 substitutions and your starting 11, leave it in the comment section below. Smash the thumbs up like, please. Share and subscribe to DLG Reppin, please, by smashing that subscribe button left, right and centre galore, abundantly and passionately, and share it to your friends and family all over the world. I'd really appreciate that. I'm out of it, and I'm going to say thank you for listening, watching, putting up with me, and thank you for listening. I will be back later on this afternoon with more football content, and other than that, it's peace again, love again, and bless again. Have a nice day. If you're waking up or you're in bed, enjoy your sleep still, or if you're waking up, then enjoy your day. Other than that, just be nice.